I stood in a packed Los Angeles courtroom holding proof that my husband stole millions from me, and in that moment, his perfect life collapsed in front of everyone. My name doesn't matter anymore. What matters is what I survived. For 12 years, I was the woman behind the man everyone admired. My husband was a rising real estate developer in Los Angeles, the kind people trusted instantly, tailored suits, charity dinners, confident smiles. We lived in a glass-walled home overlooking the hills, the kind of house that made strangers think we had everything figured out. And I believed it too. I handled the home. I raised our daughter. I supported every risky deal, every late night, every business trip. I told myself love meant patience, loyalty, silence. Inside, though, something always felt off. He guarded his phone like it held secrets that could burn him alive. Bank statements arrived late, sometimes not at all. When I asked questions, he laughed and called me paranoid. I was exhausted, emotionally thin. Still, I trusted him, because admitting the truth felt scarier than living in denial. I didn't know yet that I was already being erased. The first crack appeared on a random Tuesday. A letter arrived addressed to him, but it was from a private lender I'd never heard of. It referenced property refinancing on our home. Our home. My name wasn't on the document. That night, I asked calmly. He didn't even look up from his phone. You wouldn't understand. It's business. That sentence changed everything. Weeks later, a woman messaged me on social media. No threats, no insults, just screenshots, hotel receipts, private flights, messages signed with his nickname, the one only I used. I remember sitting on the bathroom floor, phone shaking in my hands, trying not to scream, so my daughter wouldn't hear. Then came the final blow. I went to the county office myself. And that's where I learned the truth. My husband had forged my signature and transferred our house and 2 investment properties into a shell company under his control. On paper, I owned nothing. I walked out into the sunlight, unable to breathe. I vomited in the parking lot. That was the moment I almost gave up. That night, I didn't sleep. I lay beside him, inches away, listening to his breathing, wondering how someone could destroy another person so quietly. My chest hurt in a way I didn't know was possible. Not sharp pain, heavy pain, like something crushing me from the inside. I kept replaying every memory, every time I defended him, to my family, every time I ignored my instincts, every time I chose peace over questions. I felt stupid, ashamed, small. At 3:17 a.m., I went into the bathroom and locked the door. I sat on the floor, back against the tub, knees pulled to my chest, and cried without sound because I didn't want him to hear me break. I remember whispering to myself, "What did I do wrong?" The answer never came. The next morning, I tried to act normal. I made coffee. I packed my daughter's lunch. My hands shook so badly, I spilled orange juice across the counter. And he looked at me with irritation, not concerned. "Get it together," he said. That sentence hurt more than the affair. Because in that moment, I realized something terrifying. He wasn't sorry. He wasn't afraid. And he didn't think I could do anything about it. Later that day, I stood alone in the driveway, staring at the house I thought was mine. The walls, the windows, the front door. I wondered how something could look the same while no longer belonging to you. I felt erased. That was the moment I understood the truth. If I stayed silent, I would lose everything. If I spoke up, I would lose him. And for the first time, losing him didn't scare me anymore. For weeks, I lived like a ghost. I cried in the shower. I stared at the walls. I blamed myself for being too trusting. Then something shifted. Instead of asking why, I asked how. I quietly met with a female attorney downtown. I brought everything: emails, texts, old contracts, handwritten notes, even photos of me signing legitimate documents years earlier. She looked at me and said one sentence I'll never forget. "He thinks you're weak. That's his mistake. We didn't rush. We watched him. I let him believe I was broken. I acted confused, silent, compliant. Meanwhile, subpoenas were drafted. Financial trails were traced. The shell company unraveled like cheap thread. He laughed at dinner parties. We talked about new investments. He underestimated me completely, and that gave me power. The courtroom was full. Investors, his mistress, reporters. I wore a simple dress. No jewelry, no fear. When my attorney handed me the folder, my hands were steady. I walked forward, and I held up the documents, the forged signatures, the illegal transfers, the bank records proving millions moved without consent. My husband's face was drained of color. For the first time, he looked small. The judge asked one question: "Did you authorize these transactions?" I answered clearly, "No." Gasps filled the room. That image, me standing there, holding proof while his world burned, that was the moment everything changed. He lost everything. The properties were returned. His accounts were frozen. Charges filed. The woman disappeared. I walked out of court into sunlight, holding the deed to my home, the one he tried to steal. I wasn't angry anymore. I was free. What I learned is simple. Silence protects abusers. Preparation protects survivors. And revenge doesn't have to be loud. Sometimes it's just the truth, spoken at the right moment, in front of the right people.
Before you go, if this story moved you in any way, please like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Revenge Uncut. Your support truly means everything to us. Don't forget to leave a comment below. We read every single one, and your words help shape this channel more than you know. Help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers so we can keep bringing you powerful, real, and unforgettable stories. Thank you for being part of this journey.